Hello everyone, welcome back to VS Code tutorial for beginner series. Now, up until now in the previous 4 episodes, we have seen how we can install and set up the VS Code in our desktop. Then we have talked about the different settings. We have talked about the extensions and the keyboard shortcuts in VS Code. Now in this one, in episode 5, we are going to take a look at the VS Code integrated terminal and how can you use that terminal just as you use command prompt or Windows PowerShell. So without wasting time, let's start the video. Now you can open the VS Code integrated terminal using this terminal in the navbar, new terminal, or you can just use the keyboard shortcut that is Control and tilde. So here you can use all of the commands that you would use in a normal terminal like PowerShell or command prompt or git bash or something like that. And if I tell you this integrated terminal is right now powered by PowerShell only, and we will go in detail how you can change this one. But for now, I want to show you how the commands work. So we can use the clear command to clear everything. Let me just zoom in a little. So if I type clear and press enter, you will see we have cleared everything. So every command is basically the same. We can use any of the commands that we use in command prompt. We can type ls here and press enter and we will see all the directories that we have inside this folder. So we have a CSS folder, we have index.html. Then we can also type pwd. You will see the path and all that. I will clear it once again. In VS Code, instead of typing the clear keyword, you can also type cl and s, cls, and press enter. Everything will be cleared. You can also use the clear as I showed you above, and everything works. Now let's see the different options we have in this terminal. So we have a debug console that is used for debugging when you're working with complex programs in Python or other programming languages. We have terminal for writing commands. We have output tab that works as a console. Then we have a problems tab which shows us any issues with our code. And right now we are just using a simple HTML file, so we don't have anything. But when you're working with TypeScript or JavaScript or something like that, you will see the issues if you create one in this tab. So let's move back to the terminal for now. Then we have all these different options here. You can pretty much understand what this one is for closing the terminal. Let's open it again using the keyboard shortcut. Then we have this up arrow to move it to full screen. We can use the delete option to delete this whole instance of terminal. We will have to start from beginning. Once again, as you can see, we have all these initial commands. So I'll just clear them once again. Then we have this option to create new terminals, and right now we are using the PowerShell, which is the default one, but we can also use the different one like JavaScript debug terminal, git bash, command prompt, and all that. So let's use the command prompt. And now we have a new terminal, and this one is powered by command prompt, and everything basically works the same. I can press clear, but as you can see, the clear one is not recognized by the command prompt. So I'm not sure what we use instead of clear in the command prompt. Let's try CLS. Yeah, CLS works. So in the command prompt to clear something, you cannot use clear, you have to use CLS only. Now we can also create different instances of, let's say, so if you click on this plus one, it will create a new terminal using the default one using PowerShell. But if you use this down arrow, you can choose which terminal you want. So if I go with git bash, you can see we have this UI of git bash. Let's see if clear works here. I'm not sure. Yeah, clear works here, but CLS does not work here. Okay, that's weird. But I'm glad I use PowerShell because both of them work here, right? So here you can use these options that you have. You can use kill terminal, to delete the terminal basically. Then you have a few more options, split terminal to create two terminals side by side and all that. You can explore them if you want, but I think that's enough for this one. Again, you can use different instances of terminal. You can use get bash command prompt and all that. So this was the basics. Now let's see how we can work with Git and GitHub. For starters, you can initialize a repository using git init. But before we do that, let me just remove this long h3 from here. So I will delete it. I will save the file and open my integrated terminal once again. Clear everything, and I can initialize a repository using git init command. And if you are not familiar with Git and GitHub, I have a whole video that I'm going to leave in the description and on the links above. So you can see we have initialized a repository. Now we can add all these files using the git add command, and everything works the same as you would type in a different terminal. So we have added the files. Let's commit them using git commit and add a message in it. And now we come to the interesting part. So it is asking us to verify who we are. So since we have installed VS Code for the first time, we need to connect to our GitHub account if we want to use Git and GitHub, because we are not signed in with anything. So we need to sign in with our GitHub account in order to push our changes from this to GitHub. So for that, VS Code is suggesting to use these two commands, and you can just use them using this. You can just copy them and paste them here. And now instead of this example email, you will have to enter your email. So I'll just enter it. So my email is 48. Okay, I think we need to add it in double quotes. 48durgesh.kumar is the email that I use for GitHub. Then you need to add your username. So I'll just copy the whole line again, paste it here, and now instead of your name, I will write my GitHub username, which is udkwtf. Now I will press enter, and I will try to commit once again. And you can see we have all of our commits added. Now we can just push it to our GitHub repository. So for that, the process is really simple. You go to your GitHub account. So let me show you. I will go back to the browser, go to my GitHub account, create a new repository just for this one. Name will be temp. Everything will be just as it is. I will create the repository. And after committing, all you have to do is paste these three commands. So I will go back to VS Code, paste them here, and just press enter. And you can see it is asking me to sign in once again using GitHub. So I'll just sign in with browser, and it is starting the process. And you can see my changes has been pushed to GitHub. So I'll go back to the browser, and it says the authentication process has succeeded. I will close the tab, and if I refresh the repo, you can see both my files are here and they have been pushed to GitHub. So you saw how simple it was to use VS Code terminal. Now I will clear everything and make it small. So if I make a change here, instead of tutorial, let's say crash course, I can just add everything again using the same terminal. Git add, git commit, message will be changed, and I will push it to GitHub once again. Git push, everything is pushed to GitHub. Let's clear the terminal and check GitHub. I will refresh, and you will see we have two commits here, where the second one is a change in this tutorial to crash course. So you saw how easy it is to use VS Code integrated terminal. But not just this, let me show you something mind-blowing once again. So instead of using the terminal, let's just delete it. We have another shortcut in VS Code, and this thing right here, source control, that I showed you in the very first episode of this series, I'm sorry. So now if I make a change, let's say I change it back to tutorial, not tutorial, it's tutorial in the capital. So this source control tab, the third tab, keeps a track of the changes. So the files that I have changed since I pushed to GitHub. So now you can click on any of these icons to do different things. Like we have this here to open the file. We already have it open, so we don't need to do that. We have this icon to discard changes. Let me zoom in a little. So we can discard the changes, that is, we can undo the changes using this icon. We can stage this change, that is, we can click this button to do the same thing that we do using git add. Then we can click on this M to see the change that we have created. So this source control tab is really useful. Now I don't have to do git add and git commit and git push here. I can just delete the terminal. All you have to do is enter your commit message here, like it says, control plus enter to commit on main. So you just need to enter the commit message. So I will enter the commit message as crash course changed to tutorial. And if you click on this check icon, it will ask you, would you like to stage all your changes? Just press yes, and the commit has been created. Now you can use the same three dots here to push it to GitHub. And now if I go back to my GitHub repo and refresh, you will see we will have 3 commits here. The third one, 17 seconds ago, crash course changed to tutorial. So you can see not only using the GitHub terminal is super easy, you can also avoid using the terminal at all. You can just use this source control method to track your changes without using the terminal. So you saw how easy it is to use terminal in VS Code. And when you are coding for a long time, using command prompt or some external terminal can take a lot of time. So you can just use the integrated terminal to boost your coding process, and it is super useful. Now you can also use the normal terminal commands, as I mentioned 10,000 times already. Like if we want to move into the CSS folder, all we have to do is cd and then specify this folder, and we are inside the CSS folder and all that. So it's really simple and it's really awesome. When I am working on any project, I use integrated terminal almost every time. So this was how you can connect to Git and GitHub using VS Code integrated terminal, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Now the VS Code tutorial for beginner series is complete. We just have a single video to go in which I will be creating a custom VS Code theme from scratch. So make sure you save the playlist and subscribe to get notified for that video. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope you have an amazing day.